My name is Zaviera with Ice Cream Conversations, and it is my absolute honor to be speaking with the one and only Michole Briana White. I am so ecstatic to be talking to you today.
My goodness, I feel special.
You are. So let me tell you about our relationship that you don't know that we already have.
Okay, come on, girl.
So you and I go all the way back. The first time I remember ever seeing you, and I just thought to myself, oh my gosh, she is so pretty. She's so talented. She's so this. She's the Hank Gathers story.
Get out of here,
That is when you came into my life because let me tell you, I was hating on you a
girl.
little bit. I was hating on you a little bit
Okay,
because I
you
had
hating
the,
on me?
yeah, I was hating on you a little bit. I had the biggest crush on Victor Love, who was playing
Oh,
Hank Gathers,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you were playing Taffy. And I was just like, but why it couldn't be me, Jesus?
Right. What's up with that? You could have been
Yes,
there.
absolutely. So I have been following you and your career ever since. So we go way back. We go
Yeah,
way back.
that's
But
serious way back.
way back. And it has been an absolute pleasure just watching you evolve and you're like one of my TV friends. And I consider a TV friend and a movie friend, right? So you're one of my TV friends and movie friends, and I consider you friends when I'm a fan
Uh-huh.
and you just pop up unexpectedly. Like I'm just watching something, and then here comes Michole, and I'm like, ah, there she is. And it's just, and I'm like, there's my girl. So I just love that for you because I know that you are in an industry that is tough. The entertainment industry is very tough.
Yeah.
What would you say has been the key to your longevity? Because I could tell you what I think it is,
Uh,
but
I'm
this is
curious
about you.
to hear.
I think it's because number one, God gives good things to good people.
Hmm.
And I also the talent is there. The talent is undeniable, but there is a like a aura about you that is always warm and inviting. And I think that is why you bring so much to each role because if you pay attention to your career path, each role you're growing and evolving in each role, right?
Hmm.
You see some people, you be like, oh, child, he about to be a criminal again. Oh, he about to stab somebody again. But with you, you literally see the progression, and it's such a beautiful thing to watch. So now you tell me what your secret sauce is because you stay booked and busy.
Man, I'll tell you, um, this business is so challenging, really.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, the only thing I can say is the key to my longevity is I know that this is like part of my divine purpose to heal through art. And and that's the only other reason I can think of why I'm still here, because there have been many times where I really wanted to not be here anymore because it's so hard. And just before I got BMF, actually, I was just kind of on the upswing a little bit because I had a really challenging, like, I don't know, like probably since from about 2012, 13 to 2018, 19. It seemed like
Yeah.
a really long spell where I would still work, here and there. But it was really, so on the outside, it looks better, than what's really happening. Or am I really able to pay my bills? Am I, just to sustain myself or whatever? And it's not always easy to do that. Um, so I think really I'm still here by grace, and because I believe it's part of my divine purpose, and the challenges that I have gone through in my career, I feel like have led me to this point and forced me to do other things that I may not have done, like prior to like I said, prior to BMF. And then right before that, I booked this movie called Malignant, a James
Oh, I
Wan.
loved it. Oh, I
I
loved
love
it.
that movie so
I
much.
loved it.
It was so fun.
I did not see that coming. I promise. I did
Girl,
not
girl.
like it. Just the
Yeah.
film in itself, because every Friday night we do family movie night. So
Oh,
Malignant was one of our family movie nights. It's my husband, myself, and my 14-year-old. And we were like,
okay.
what? And then I was
Yeah.
like, there's my friend.
I love
I
that.
was like, there's my friend.
Yeah.
And kudos to you doing stunts and like
Girl,
the training. How was that? Okay, but no, I'll let you finish and then we'll get into that because
okay,
I was
that
excited.
was that. Oh, girl, that was just so much fun. Okay,
Yes.
but just saying that, yeah, it's prior to that, so there was Malignant, and then right before that, like I've done a lot of commercials and stuff like that, and so I booked a Geico commercial that did really really well, and prior to that, it was I had done a play at Ojai, the Ojai Playwrights Festival, which I love going there. They do the most beautiful work there, and so that was really exciting. That was shifting my energy. So I had kind of was taking a pause, like with acting, and I was just kind of, because it was taking a pause with me.
Right. Understood.
Right. So I do, body work and massage and stuff, actually. And I had just for family and friends. And I had massaged my dear friend Denise Grayson one day. And she said, Michole, I'm telling you, you have such healing hands. You should really do something with this. And so I was like, you know what? And so what did I have to lose at that time? So I went out and I bought a massage table when things were like so challenging. I was like, how much is a massage table? It was $200. I ordered it on Amazon. And this was literally like 2000. It had to be 2018 or early 2019. And I did that, and I just started giving to people, and I just started sharing, and I would meditate and just to find my process of giving and stuff. And so I'm into energy work and all of that stuff. And so I would meditate and see what came to me on what to give. And each time I, did body work on someone, I had to open myself up to allow the divine to come through. So it was like the blessing had to come to me, to come through me, to help someone else. So unbeknownst to me, I was clearing up my own energy as well. So it was like, and so all of a sudden things just started shifting. And one really sweet story I'll tell you. So my dear friend, Mia Merritt, she was trying to pass this real estate exam. And I didn't know she had been trying to pass it for some time. And so we did some remote healing, and we did some work in person and stuff like that. And anyway, she called me one day, bawling her eyes out. She said, Michole, I passed my exam. I promise you it was me. I was like, oh my gosh. And I started crying, and I'm going crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh. And my sweetie came in the room. He was like, boo, did you book a job? I'm like, no, my friend, she passed her exam. He was like, oh, Lord. So anyway, I was like, no, you don't understand, though. When one person gets a blessing, it's a blessing for me, too. Yes. And literally 1 hour later, my manager called me and said, I booked a job in this independent film that I cannot think of the name of it right now. But I booked the movie right then. And so that like really changed everything. I was like, oh, my gosh, I just have to really keep doing this and giving, because the more I gave, the more I was clearing my energy and just started attracting things. And it wasn't even completely my mindset that had changed, because I was still all, just as insecure and cuckoo and all of these things, but it just cleared my energy and brought more things to me. And that journey has just been amazing. So I just really stay focused as much as possible on what I have to give energetically to, and spiritually. And BMF has been a really big part of that.
Wow.
So thankful.
It's really important. You've said so many important things, and I think it's important things that people really need to hear, especially today. It's been a rough day, in the industry with the news of Twitch and things of that nature. Trust me, girl, it was a rough morning for me, because my daughter is part of the dance community. So, I have to digest it, but then I have to digest, like help a 14-year-old digest, right? So it's been a rough morning, but just to hear you speak so beautifully about how, even in my line of work, I do, entertainment and media. And yes, there are times, everybody's like, oh girl, you killing it. And I'm like, okay, so if I rob Peter today and come back and get Paul tomorrow, because, sometimes perception is not necessarily reality. And so that just goes right back to, Twitch, he gave so much light and joy to other people, but not knowing that he was struggling himself. So what I wanted to ask you as well, because I know that you are very just open with the energy work and things of that. And a lot of us need to find a way to pull ourselves out. What would be the first, maybe, just pretty quickly, like what would be the first step you would recommend to someone who may be interested in trying to explore energy healing, or just maybe some advice on how to maybe kind of cope with them days when it's just like, okay, I may be ready to check out. Like,
Yeah.
what type of advice, or just maybe just one step, like meditation. Like my
Yes.
best friend does that,
Yeah. Yeah.
but Michole, every time I try to meditate, songs start popping in my head. I think about bills, what I got to do next week, what I forgot to do. And it's very hard for me personally to calm my mind or quiet my mind. So what would be like maybe one learner, quick
Yeah.
step,
Yeah.
maybe beginner
Okay.
tip?
Okay. I'm gonna give you two.
Okay.
So one of them for you, because you just said how your mind wanders and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, just sit and just set your timer for 5 minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes is a lot. So don't feel like overwhelmed, like I have to meditate and do this thing.
Okay.
And then just observe. Just observe for 5 minutes. So when your mind starts going from this place to the next, just label it and say thinking, or say, or thought. Thinking. And then if your leg is itching, say feeling. If you're hearing some sound, say hearing. If you're starting to feel emotional, just say feeling. Or whatever comes up moment to moment, just observe it and don't engage it.
Got it.
So, and that's the one thing about just life in general. It's like that meditation teaches us. It's like you don't have to get on the train. The train is still going, and then things can change literally in a moment. Like from moment to moment, things shifted. It's like, oh, one moment it's like, oh, I'm thinking that thought. The next moment, oh, my leg is itching. The next moment, oh man, I see the clouds and they look so amazing. Oh man, I just took a deep breath and I feel a little more calm. Oh man, I can feel the TV next to me. I feel a little more calm, just observing just that whole thing. And within, but like even like 1 minute, things will start to shift already, because you're different from one moment to the next.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So there's that definitely for you. And a lot of people do that. Just observe and don't get on the train.
All right.
And then the other thing I would say, when we're struggling and having a hard time, is to just kind of sit with yourself for a minute and say to yourself, I see you. I know you. I feel you. I understand you. I get you. I am here for you. I forgive you. I love you. I will show up for you. And that to me is like one of the deepest meditations, or just like affirmations to yourself, and knowing that you really have the power within to give to yourself. But forgiveness is a really big thing.
It is.
And most of the time, what we think we're upset about with someone else, or how someone else has harmed us, or whatever, ultimately is self-forgiveness that's like really, really big. And so the more you can just say that to yourself, like I do this meditation where it's like you're sitting and you see yourself across from you, and you're saying this to yourself, and then sending light energy from your heart to your higher self. And then seeing the energy flow back from you to her, to her, to you, to her, to where it's like this circle of light that's kind of clearing the energy here, And I think that's helpful. That's just a little tidbit of something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. And I will be sure to take heed myself.
Yeah.
Especially just the quieting of my mind and that. But thank you. I will definitely pass that along, because so many people need that right now. They really do, especially, the holidays and just it's a lot, life be lifing. That's what my girlfriends and I say, like, girl, life be lifing.
Enlighten.
So yeah, so I definitely appreciate you passing along those gems that could I definitely know will help me, but help others as well.
Yeah.
See, that's the light that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's why you
Yeah.
continually stay blessed. But
Yeah.
let's talk BMF, because I will have you on here. It'll be 6 o'clock. And I'll be like, so then girl, so
Yeah.
but it's
We
just so
friends
easy.
now, girl. I love
Yes,
your
it's
energy.
thank you. And I'm just reciprocating, what you've given to us over the years, and what you continue to give us all the time. But let's talk BMF. So I I have been kind of obsessed with the BMF story ever since I learned about them. When I moved to Atlanta, I remember they had the big billboards, like the BMF billboards. And and so I just went down this rabbit hole. And this is probably been over 10 years ago, just reading like police transcripts and all kind of and articles and written about these two brothers who
Yeah.
literally, you know, I don't know if you're going to feel me on this, but
Oh,
a lot of times, our brothers who end up in the drug game are literally running Fortune 500 companies on the street.
exactly.
Okay, so we hear on that, right?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. It's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I was just so blown away by how these two brothers from Detroit, like, literally created this empire that literally spanned across the United States. So then when I learned that Black Mafia Family was becoming a series, I was like, yes, now finally the whole world will know why I went down this rabbit hole. And you are doing a beautiful job as Lucille.
Thank you.
I see a lot of myself in Lucille as a mother who is trying to be the best mother possible, but your youngins just gonna do what they gonna do.
Right. Yes.
And
Out of pocket.
it's just been just so awesome seeing you in this particular role, because over the years we've seen you get down with some action, Malignant. I didn't forget about that. We'll have to talk about that later. We've seen your comedic side, because you wore me out as Jeannie in Atlanta. when you said, you know what, y'all never like me. And I looked at that TV and I said, she about to say, because she light skinned. You said, because I'm light skinned. And I was screaming. I said, I knew it.
Oh,
There are some things that are just universal in the Black family.
yes,
Just some things that are.
Yes,
and then we get to see you just just slay this role as Lucille. And I love when I see the photos of you and her together on set. Casting was perfect.
Girl.
How has it been for you, portraying and sharing her truth on screen?
It's been really it's just quite special. This whole journey has been so special. I can tell you so many like little magical things that have happened on this journey that are like, whoa, is this like for real? Like, wow. That, I think there are some roles or jobs that you can manifest. And then there are those things that are, this is just divinely yours,
Yes.
And I think this was just one of those things. Like, it's so clear that I was meant to be here. And, I mean, when I first read the material, I connected to her immediately. It was like, oh, I know this woman. I get this. I feel this. I'm like, okay. And I knew nothing about BMF before.
Oh, see, and I wondered that. I wondered if you were like privy to, or if you were in the rabbit hole with me prior to.
Girl.
But I wondered that.
Nothing. I mean, I went down the rabbit hole once I found out. It's like, oh,
right.
These people. What is my doing my research and all of that stuff? But I really had no idea. And
Right.
I mean, it was like certain stories that I kind of had heard about that
Mhm.
my, talking to other people, I was like, oh, that was them. Oh, okay. But
Mhm.
I still didn't really know. So,
Right.
um, but it's just an honor, to really step into her shoes. And I feel like her voice is so important.
Mhm.
Um, because you don't often see where, young men like this come from. And you
Right.
assume that, they just, grew up in the streets or whatever. But I just think it's so important to know that they came from a family. I always say this line that they didn't come from a broken home. They came from a broken neighborhood.
Yes.
And so they were given the tools to learn how to love and treat family.
Mhm.
And they did take those tools into BMF. But the opportunities that were outside their doors were limited, and this is what everybody in the neighborhood was doing, and it was like the only way to to really find a way for yourself, or it was just like little cracks where you could get in,
Mhm.
and they were struggling so much that they really wanted to take care of their family and to help
Mhm.
provide. They were, like losing the house and all
Yeah.
these things. It was really hard for them, and they tried to provide, and
Absolutely.
part of that, I can't fault them for that. And even when I was watching the documentary, and I've spoken to the real Miss Lucille quite a bit. I actually
Mhm.
spoke to her last night.
Oh.
Yeah, I love her so much, so much. But watching the documentary and hearing her talk about Meech um and that uh that's what they were doing, was wanting to take care of her and,
Mhm.
and the home. I mean, it made her feel sad because, you
Right.
know, it made her feel very sad. Anyway, I may have lost my train of thought, but I'm
No,
still
no, no,
with
no,
you. Yeah.
no. I'm with you 100% because I'm just really thinking about what you're saying because a lot of young men who end up, I think I've heard it said before, like most people who end up in some sort of crime were doing it because they were trying to get out of their current circumstance.
Exactly.
They're trying
Trying.
to, yeah, mom and dad are working their fingers to the bone, but
Mhm,
we don't seem like we're making any progress.
mhm,
Okay, well, here's this opportunity. It's almost like a carrot. Here's this opportunity for
mhm.
us to go and do this and change our family dynamic for the better, just financially anyway,
Yeah.
So I
I
just
mean,
appreciate you
yeah.
because
Mm,
we've always heard about BMF, but we never heard the story of Miss Lucille, the father. You
yeah.
know, you just, like you said, I never in a million years would have guessed they would have come from two loving parents like that.
Right. It's amazing. I
Hmm.
mean, they are just good people. Just really,
Yes.
like, I feel like they're my family. I
Hmm.
really, it's such a kinship. It's amazing. I'm from Chicago, and so it's just right next door to Detroit. And so,
Yeah.
like, just the sound, the inflections and stuff are similar, and
Hmm.
it's just there's just so many. It's just so many connections, and it's just wonderful.
How do you plan? Okay, so I know you have to go soon, but how do you plan to celebrate the new season, which premieres on January 6th?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I'm going to the premiere.
Yes.
Get to be with everyone. I'm really looking forward to that, and I'll probably maybe watch it with my family
Hmm.
on the 6th. Um, and I'm just excited to see. It's so interesting to actually watch it because, like last season, we would go to Randy's actually a lot. He would have these, kind of events or whatever, with a big screen outside in the backyard, and we got to
Yeah.
really watch it. It was like so much fun. But every time I watch it, I'm on the edge of my seat because I'm not there shooting all the scenes. We
Right.
do like the table read and stuff, and we all read the scripts and stuff. But it's so different when you see it, and I'm
Hmm.
like hooked, like like I'm watching it. I'm watching it for the first time too because it's like, oh my gosh, these characters are so exciting to watch, and
Yeah.
and then just watching the boys and just all the kids, how they are growing from season 1 to season 2, or
Yeah.
just from episode to episode. It's just all it's just so exciting to watch.
Yes. Congratulations, Michole. You are just out here killing it. I'm just so happy for you, and you deserve everything good that this life has to offer. You deserve all of it. And I'm just so excited. Of course, we will be tuned in. As soon as the teaser dropped, I was like, oh, the teaser dropped up. Oh, the trailer's out.
Right.
So I am super excited for you and the entire BMF cast.
Yeah.
Here's to many more seasons to come.
Thank you.
And you are always welcome to come back and chat with me. I will be waiting for you with open arms, friend.
Well, I would love to. And yes, now we're friends for real, girl.
Yes. Look at God. See that?
Look at God.
Look at God. I always say, looking right in the face, girl.
Right. Yeah.
But yes, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Congratulations on all your success. And for season 2 of BMF, which premieres January 6th, 2023. Can you believe it? Like right around the corner. Yes. So have a great day. Oh, what you like to tell me?
I was going to tell you my new affirmation.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I have my pen.
I am willing to allow harmonious goodness to flow. Wait. I'm willing to allow harmonious goodness to flow to and through me with benevolent ease.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to say. So I am willing to allow harmonious goodness. There it is. I was missing the goodness.
To flow to and through me.
To flow to and through me.
With benevolent ease.
Oh, but not benevolent ease. I mean, that's real good ease right there. Yes. Thank you so much, because I am always open to just trying to elevate my mind, body, and soul. And this was perfect what I needed today.
Yay.
Yes. So I love you, girl. And just congratulations on everything. And I hope we will be talking soon, but I'll definitely be watching on January 6th.
Well, I look forward to speaking to you anytime.
Yes.
And I just appreciate your light and energy. And thank you so much for today. You lifted my vibration. Thank you.
See, we vibrating on a higher plane. Yes. Have a great day, Michole.
You do the same. Shine.
All right. Bye-bye.